Alright, good morning fellow traders. It is Monday, August 1st, just around 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today what we're going to do is take a technical look at the XAG USD being silver against the US dollar. Now what we can see here is that we've seen the pair significantly sell off from the 4140 levels, as we can see here, creating the top in the market. And what it seems that we're seeing with this whole issue about the US debt ceiling and the bill being passed, we're looking for potential opportunities to position ourselves in this currency pair. And the technicals in this chart are definitely showing that we are looking for a continuation of this pair. So before I do anything, what I want to do here in my 4-hour compression is I want to look for some evidence of any movements that have been paid out to potentially the top side, giving us in turn reason for understanding what is now happening in this market. And when I grab my fib targets of the most recent movement on the 4-hour compression, when I line them up here from the bottom of the movement to the top, we can see that we had a 61.8 retracement, and off of that we've seen the market take out the 61.8 target, pull back, and from there go up to the 1.270 and turn on a dime there at the 1.270. So we can see is that the market has paid out a significant 1.270 level, and we're looking for reasons to turn. Furthermore, what we can see in this pair on this 4-hour compression is we're starting to see bearish patterns form in the current consolidation that's happening here at around the 39.40 price levels. Okay, we can already see here we have a triple bottom in place. Looks like we have 3 attempts here of this level of the 39.30 price level. Okay, so let's just go ahead here and take this down to the 1-hour compression and take a look and see what we have going on. And what I want to do first off is I want to go ahead and take a look at any formations that I can see here happening. And definitely what I can see at this point is I can see this bottom here at the 39.30 that we said being in place. And when we take a closer look at this, we can definitely see that we are leaning towards making here a very nice descending triangle. Okay, now what I would definitely look for here is for the breakout of this 39.30 for potential downside continuation. But since I am a target trader, I always need to know my target before I can even be interested in a trade. Okay, now one thing that you definitely want to be cautious of is this level right here, okay, that has not been filled. This gap here at the 39.80 price level has yet to be filled by the market, and the market never forgets a gap. They will always take that gap out. So if you're thinking about going short here right away at this 39.45 price level, you're absolutely in a bad position, because you're going to get suffer through a pullback due to the market having to fill that gap. And when you see that gap at the 39.80 lines up perfectly here with the top of the descending triangle. So when we look for descending triangles, we usually look for 2 attempts to the top side and then the break. So we've already seen our first attempt. Now we look for a second attempt, which would be the filling of the gap, and then the breakout to the downside, where we would look for the movement to come out of there, okay, make a hook in the market. So we would look for a type of scenario where the market hits this, breaks down, hook back to this 39.30 price level, and from there we'd be looking to go short. Now what we need to do is we need to find levels that we can target in this market, because without targets we are trading blindly, not knowing where we are going. So let's just take this to the 4-hour compression and look for potential targets. Most important thing we want to do is we want to look for any potential areas of previous resistance from a previous downtrend that are going to play a role in this new downtrend intact, because remember, that's what the market does. So I'm taking a look here at this 240 chart, okay, and I can definitely see here a downtrend in play at this level. So what I want to do is I want to grab the resistances off of this market, and you can already see that 39.30 was a very significant resistance level at this point. Okay, so now what I'm interested in is this piece of the downtrend, and what I want to do is I want to grab targets from this movement. Now what you can see here is a very strong point of resistance at that point. Okay, from here the market made it down to this level, pull back to this level, so this is a resistance that we want to be aware of, because the market was able to make a new low in the market. New low coming off at this point, pullback resistance found at this level, so we want to grab that right there. And furthermore, looking ahead, we can see that we do not have any further resistance here in this level, because this was the bottom that the market set on this movement. So this is not a resistance level, because all it did was created a double bottom in the marketplace. So now that we have that piece of information there, what we can see is that we have 3 key areas that we're looking for this market to take profit at, or so to say, for the market to pull back and then continue moving to its overall target. And now what we're going to use is the final piece of the puzzle, and we're going to use the fib targets to see, do we get an overlap, a confluence of events at any levels of these previous resistances that we can intact, create, and make our overall target for the movement. So taking the top here of that movement down to the bottom, what we can definitely see here is a very significant overlap coming in at the level of the 270 Fibo target, overlapping that 38.84 price level. Furthermore, we can see this 37.81 price level, PSR sitting in between 61.8 and 786, but most importantly, what we can see here is 36.75 lining up right there with the 1.270. So this is going to be my overall target. Now, in attempt to analyze where this market will go and predict that, what I would be looking for is something like this to happen. Again, I would be looking for the market to come up here, fill that gap, make the second attempt on the top of the descending triangle. From there, I would look for the break. I believe that the market will run into this 38.84 as its first target. From there, we should see a hook back to the 39.30. And this is where you want to start shorting here at the 39.30 and look for the overall target there of the 36.75 price level on XAG USD. So that's what we're going to look for here. We're going to look for bearish opportunities throughout this trading week. Again, a great opportunity is going to come on the break here of the descending triangle with the pullback. Also, for a more advanced approach, what you may want to do is you may want to take a very low risk opportunity here on the market, filling this gap, coming right into that descending triangle. And the reason why I would love this trade is because I would call this my scout trade, where I would get an opportunity early on to get in with very low risk, because right here I would risk no more than 15 to 17 pips on my stop due to the fact that I'm at an area of confluence where this market should turn. Now, if I get stopped out, not a problem, because I'm risking very little to receive very big amount of reward. Looking for the overall market from the 39.75 to take it all the way down to the 36.75 price level. So risking 17 pips for just around 270. Okay, so that's a great opportunity right there for a scout trade. And then when the market continues to develop and I see this opportunity come in where I bounce off of this 270 and then hook back, I would definitely look to short on the hook back here of the market and take it all the way down to, once again, that 36.75 price level. So just wanted to share that there on XAG USD. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. Until next time, good luck and happy trading.